Good evening and welcome to Behind the Scenes. I'm happy to meet you again weekly in this program because we're doing well and hopefully you're doing well too. Because I love this show and I can say thank you to our partners who keep us running, and many of you are doing that and we are growing. The good news is that within 2-3 weeks we are streaming all our programs through the internet. So you can watch us on the phone, you can watch us on your iPad, you can watch us on the computer or on the television. Because we believe Jesus Christ has the right to be on the airwaves. And it's not enough. We should do it much more. We should bring him everywhere. And although we have gone through difficult times, you helped us through and God helped us through. And that's why I'm happy to be here tonight and to talk with the partners, to talk with you about what we are doing, how we are doing, and to say thank you to God for all his blessings. Tonight in the show, you know, our partners are many different people. Some of them are good business people with a nice income. Others are people who have been on the ground, but God tilled them up again and are back on the feet. Others are still struggling and trying to find out, what is life for me, God, and when are you coming in to change ours? I can tell you, if you believe in Jesus, there is hope. I cannot promise you a rich of established life, but I can promise you a happy life. One thing I see in all our partners is they're happy in Jesus. Doesn't matter what they do, doesn't matter what their income is. And if they are not, I am. I'm happy that I took once in my life the decision to say, Jesus, you take over. You know better than me what and how to do. In the studio at the moment, I'm talking with Josephat Ngeno. Now, Josephat, you doesn't belong to the big income guys.
That's true.
You have no permanent job.
Yeah.
You, from time to time, you pick something up.
Yes.
But you are probably a happy man.
Truly happy.
With a wife and 2 children.
Yes.
Why are you happy? Because it could be much better.
I'm very happy, first, to be here, because this is a privilege and an opportunity. You guys, you give us as your partners. And the most, what makes me happy is having Jesus in my life. And really I've seen the grace of God. Though we pass through challenges in life, but as we have God on our side, we have seen things working for our good.
Yeah, you told me that before you were watching Family, you was a so-called Christian.
Yeah. By then, I used to see God as a harsh God, a God who is there to look at our wrongs, what we do wrong to punish us.
So you were scared of him?
Really, I was not having a good relationship with God because I had that fear in my heart.
So people were telling you, when you were a young child, that you had to be careful with God?
Yes.
Yeah.
You had that fear that when you do wrong, or you are under a curse when you do wrong or you go astray.
God will punish you.
Yeah, God will punish you. But when I came through the family media, through a friend, I had a close friend, an old man, who gave me who encouraged me to watch Family TV. And then that was in the year 2012. That is when I came to receive Christ. In fact, I received Jesus through the airwaves.
Really?
Yeah, through the family media.
Who gave you the kick to do so?
And there was a friend, a neighbor, who is an old man, who told me really he's also a partner to family media. he encouraged me to keep on watching. So I really came to receive Christ in that year of 2012. And since then, life has never been the same because of what God has been doing through you guys.
And then you try to give us even money from your nothing, isn't it?
Yes, yes, from nothing, but we see God, things work out and we get some income, though really not much, but we are able to invest in family TV. Because we believe that, as Jesus said, that we go into the world and make disciples in his name. So we believe what you guys you are doing, where you can reach, we cannot all go there, but we can go through our finances. Whatever we give you, you are able to take this gospel to the...
That's the thing.
Yes,
We are not using it to get rich ourselves.
Yeah.
Look at your own life. When Family TV hadn't been there, where are you been now?
There's nothing where we can get to nurture us.
That's the thing. So that shows the importance
Very
of
important.
television.
Yes.
I try to explain to people, you
Yes.
can build a big church and you can probably put in a big church 10,000 people.
That is true.
But if you go on TV or radio, you have 100,000, millions of people you can reach.
Correct.
So
Leo.
if Christians want to invest in something, I think they should do it in the modern media.
Yeah.
And not only family, but generally, if you look at what the world spent to bring the mess through our TV,
Yes.
and what the Christians are spending to bring Jesus on the airwaves, there is still a big gap.
Yeah, there's a gap between.
And I'm very thankful that a person like you, although you're not rich, not at all,
Yes.
you found grace because of the information you got, the knowledge.
That is true.
And you said Prince is your most lovely preacher.
Yeah, Joseph Prince has really instilled in us what Christianity is about. The foundation of Christianity is not about what we do or our performance. He has really, especially for me and my family, we have come to that, the know-how that we are righteous not because of works, but we are righteous based on the foundation of the cross, what Jesus did on the cross. So I really thank God for Joseph Prince. He has really encouraged us and continue helping us to believe that we are righteous, not because of our works, but because of what Jesus did on the cross.
And Josephat, because sometimes we give away things, not too much, but I think you have been a partner with us. This is a certificate for you.
Okay. Thank you.
You can hang that in your house.
Thank you very much.
In the bedroom.
Thank you.
You may do with it what you want.
Okay.
And for the viewer, after the break, I have a talk with George. George is one of our producers who's working on a program, a health program. It's about your health. See you after the break. Last week we talked about God Changes People, program that's quite popular on our station. And people like to see stories and testimonies from other people. And it helps to see what other people go through and how much power you can get from God to go through problems. But beside that, we have a lot of other shows. One of them is our health show, coming every week. And since we have a new team on that show, the show has been quite changed. A lot of things have been changed. George is running the team. What has been changed from the first health program and now?
Family health, we've tried to bring in conditions that are more familiar to people, that most of the people can identify with. and we do an extensive coverage, and also we try and find real-time stories from people who have experienced different conditions and combine it with the doctor's opinion. Yeah, and from that it has become more informative and more engaging as well.
What is the biggest health problem in Kenya?
The biggest health problem, if I might put it, is ignorance. I don't know if that can qualify, because you find that we have this information, but still we are not really following what we are being told. So you find that cases of non-communicable diseases are going on the rise, yet these are things that are driven basically by our lifestyle. So we have this information, but when it comes to implementing, that's where the problem is.
Very unhealthy people.
Very.
And an unhealthy future.
Yes.
Now you wanted to do something and getting people more movement. That is one of your initiatives now. Tell me more about it.
Yes, and from our medical shows, we've been telling people to keep healthy. That's by eating right and exercising. And you know, the moment you tell somebody to exercise, whatever it is that comes to mind is looking for a gym. But with the new concept
And
that...
pay 10,000 a month to be a member.
Yes, yes, yes. And what we're trying to do is to come up with a new concept that we are currently working on that will enable our viewers to try and work out from home. So they don't really need to go looking for a gym. They can do it from the comfort of their living rooms.
So the gym will be Family TV, will be the weekly gym.
Yes, yes, it will.
Planning when? Saturday morning?
Saturday mornings. And just to add on that, there's also this issue of they go to the gym, but with these gyms, they don't have an instructor. So you find even with the weights that they are lifting, in the long run, they start having issues with their joints. They start having issues with their back simply because they're not doing it the right way. But with the show that we are working on, it doesn't involve any use of weights.
Misuse of the body.
Misuse of the body. So as long as you just follow it, you'll be healthy.
Now, we started years ago as family with Doctors on Call.
Yes.
I remember the first one, I think it was about 14 years ago, on Sunday afternoon. Mm-hmm. And I got 1,100 SMSs from people with questions. Yes. So we couldn't answer them all, but we tried. Mm-hmm. From that moment onwards, we have tried to be a help to the people, because we know doctors are expensive.
Yes.
There are also a lot of doctors you can't trust. A lot of doctors sitting only for the money, but there are good ones too. Yes. And what we have tried to do is to find a group of good doctors who can give for free an answer. Now, later on we did a daily show about health.
Yes.
But we decided now to do only Doctors on Call every month. Mm-hmm. Now we go to do it another way, next Sunday. Mm-hmm. Tell me about it.
Yes, we have an exciting new form of Doctors on Call. And the main challenge that has always been there is responding to all of these messages. And we always feel bad when you're winding up a show and there are people who haven't been answered. So with this concept, we are hoping to engage more with our viewers and listeners. We are also going to be live on Family Radio 316. Mm-hmm. And we are hoping for them to get the answers that they need, because if somebody sends in a question, the only logical thing to expect back is a response. And also with the doctors that we have, we've selected doctors that are very good. They don't withhold information.
And they don't ask money straight away?
Yes, yes. So we are hoping that through this new format, a lot of people are going to be helped. All right? And it's going to be our very first edition with the new format is this Sunday from 4 to 5 p.m.
Now Sunday you will have two doctors. Mm-hmm. And I would advise the people at home not to hesitate, but to ask the questions. Mm-hmm. And maybe you don't get an answer you were expecting, or you don't get an answer at all. Keep going. We are here not to make money out of people. We're here to make people better, isn't it?
Mhm.
Sunday,
Sunday from 4 to 5 p.m. And maybe just to add on something, people are always afraid to send in their questions because of the fear of unknown. But from experience in doing this, most of these conditions, if you are able to detect them early, then help becomes more cheaper. You won't need to use a lot of money, and it's something that can be responded to within a very short time. So
they can WhatsApp, so they don't have to send a costly SMS.
and we have different forms. Okay, these days there's a SMS line. Of course, they can start sending in their questions. We are having a physician and a nutritionist, and we have the SMS line, which is 22316. For the digital people, we have WhatsApp. Maybe if you allow me, I can give them the number.
Yeah?
Yeah, the WhatsApp number is 0786 316 316. We can also use social media. So whichever avenue that they feel best they can use, which is less expensive, we are going to be on the lookout for their questions.
Our team is ready. I hope you too, and tell all your friends and family to watch it and to ask the question. Thank you for being here, George.
Thank you for having me.
Nice that you are back in the program, and now we know the health program is very important. Doctors on Call, Sunday afternoon, 4 o'clock. I was saying in my introduction that Christians are all different people. There are rich ones, there are poor ones, there are middle ones, but all they have one thing in common: they love Jesus. And Jesus in common makes them happy. It's so strange. Sometimes you can smell almost a Christian from far. You see a smiling person, even when everything goes wrong in their life, they believe there is future in Jesus. In the studio, I have, I think, a person like that. He is self-employed. He runs taxi business. He is engaged. He is donor. He gives us money since 2014. His name is Collins Omondi, and I'm very happy to meet you here and to talk a bit with you, because you're an interesting person. Not only because you're a partner, but when I was talking with you before the interview, and we were just talking about your job. Your job is a hard job, isn't it?
Yes, it's hard, it's risky.
What is the hardest thing of it?
The hardest thing is traffic gives us a lot of bad time. The fuel price, and the riskiest part, you'll never know who you're carrying. It can be a criminal, it can be someone who's carrying drugs, you won't know.
So you're always happy with some of the figures they're getting out of the taxi.
Sometimes things are good, sometimes things are bad.
Mm-hmm.
Business goes up and down.
Your life hasn't been easy, isn't it?
Yes.
Tell me something about it.
When I was in Form 3, I had to drop out of school because there was no money for
the rest
school
of the
fees.
education.
Yes. So after a while, I went back I registered for my Form 4 exam, did it. Okay, I did well. Then after, I decided to pursue my CPA. On doing my CPA, I did my CPA without attending any class. I was just registering for exam, then buying books and studying the books.
Oh, you didn't bribe them?
I didn't bribe. No, for CPA you can't bribe them. I used to just tell Jesus, you are my teacher, you are my tutor. Let me understand everything. And during the exam, I passed the exams.
You said you have been trying to get jobs, but you were always discouraged. What happens?
When you go to look for a job, sometimes the person who is interviewing you will tell you, this is how things work. You either give something I get nothing. So, okay, according to my principles, I won't give anything.
So, meaning when you try to get a job,
As most of them will be asked for.
they ask for
Yes.
something under the table.
But you won't know if it's genuine because most of people have been conned by people pretending to be the ones giving employment. So you'll never know. Someone will ask you for a bribe.
But why didn't you give him a bribe?
I'm a Christian.
Aha.
It's against.
So, meaning all Christians who doesn't give bribes in Kenya.
Okay, some will give, but they should not give.
Right.
And all of them know that.
So you really want to follow Jesus.
Yes, yes.
And is that the reason why, well, you have not a big income? You help us to be a partner. And you've been quite a good partner.
Yes, that's an obligation. You spread the gospel everywhere in the country.
Mm-hmm.
So when I know when I contribute to you, the gospel will go to the whole country. And we have to keep Jesus on the airways.
Are you watching us or are you listening to us?
Yes, I usually watch.
Favorites? Some programs you like?
The one that I like most, I'll say Billy Graham.
On Sunday morning?
Yes. And sometimes at night.
Yeah, he's also at night.
Yes, even John Hagee.
Yeah, Billy Graham is from the past.
Yes.
But you can see that the gospel is not changed.
Yes, but okay, the reason why I like Billy Graham, okay, some preachers will preach about how you'll make money, but what I like about Billy Graham, he'll tell you how to. You should seek the kingdom, not how you'll get the money.
That's the problem, that we have a lot of preachers who talk the way people want to hear it.
Yeah, yes, yes.
They want to get the message. I can understand because they're almost marketers.
Yes.
They're marketing a product.
Yes.
And the product is God will give you money.
Money.
He will take, if you give me first, don't believe them. So, and I must say, we are very thankful that you are a good partner, and we pray for you that you get what you want, you wish, and the only thing I can give you is a certificate of partnership,
Thank you very much.
and I'm very happy you are here.
Thanks.
And maybe once you will say, I'm sitting in my own office, and praise God. Thanks
Praise
for
God.
that.
Thanks for the certificate.
After a short break, we come back by visiting one of our partners. His name is Daudi Mutui. He has gone maybe through the same thing as Collins has been talking about. His business didn't do well, everything was broke by his hand, but God blessed him, and he will explain that in the next interview.
We visited one of our partners at his premise in Hurlingham.
My name's Daudi Wambua Mutie. I'm in business. I'm married, I'm a husband and a father.
After years of hard work, he is now an established businessman.
I'm mainly in medium construction company, engineering and construction. That's mainly water engineering, dams, piping and anything water related.
He acknowledged that he has been very successful and told us his secret.
I'm a born-again Christian. I came to know God through my family. I do believe God is the author of life and it sustains us. And I have faith that it takes God and God will see you through. He brought you here for a purpose and He has what it takes. So trust and obey the Lord. Not necessarily hard working. If you ask me, if I have to tell my story, not the hard work. God has ways to sustain and bless you.
In the world of business, there are many challenges one faces, but Mr. Mutie has been able to stand strong and pass the test of time.
Challenges will be there, that's for sure. When you're in the challenges, what you turn to for your help, I think it's what makes the difference. If you turn to the Lord, you turn to Him in faith, and if He does it for you, then you have a testimony. It's against when I go to a friend who helps me, but he cannot help me tomorrow.
Sometimes one may be tempted to get into corrupt dealings, and Daudi is no exception. However, he maintains a high level of integrity.
I'm a professional. What I do will not require that I bribe. I have rates, like when I have to hire out my machines, I have rates which are sensible. I do my math. Will this get me something? If it's not giving me something, I just quit. I do believe I don't have to conform to the system. Now that's the mistake people make. I don't conform to the system. That's what we call the kingdom of heaven in Tia's principles. That's what I conform to.
At one point in his life, things took an unexpected turn.
Soon after marriage, of course, I lost my job and I began to try business. It was not working. I think it got worse. Honestly, I had to be auctioned. So I moved to Umoja, but I kept trusting the Lord. Of course, when such things happen, you're disturbed even in your spirit. It's like you want to lose your hope. And yes, given the circumstances, the world we live in, you feel like you're losing it.
He was down and humiliated, but he knew a place he could turn to and find refuge.
One thing that has kept me strong over the years is reading the Bible. When you read the Bible, it's about victory. There are temptations, but there are victories. And when you get to know God and who He is, for sure you trust. The problem comes when nobody seems to trust what you trust in. Some people will think you're giving yourself hope, you're encouraging yourself. Now there's nothing wrong with encouraging yourself. David says he encouraged himself in the Lord.
One day in his house in Umoja, Daudi Mutie turned on to Family TV.
Then there was a preacher. I listened to him and I felt the urge to obey what he was saying. Actually, he was talking about planting a seed of 5,800 per month. I didn't want to miss that moment I didn't want to miss the opportunity. I saw the DVD to plant that seed. I mean, it kind of touched me and I was convinced. And I remember one Sunday I came to town with my wife. We were meeting some friend, it's a foreigner who had come into the country. And I happened to know what he wanted. He just wanted a few link-ups. And with that, he bought us our first car. Now we were driving again. You just come to town on a Sunday evening and you go home driving. Now that's God.
This experience was the turning point of Daudi Mutie's value system.
God never disappointed me. I remember before the end of that year, someone came, partnered with me. We did business.
He had a final word for our viewers.
To support Family TV. I remember a certain letter by the Apostle Paul to a certain church, and he explained that the church did not expect to be financed by outsiders. And so we were encouraging them to give for the spread of the gospel. See, I have heard a preacher preach. I obeyed. It changed my life. I became useful to myself, my family, my father's house, and even society.
This was behind the scenes for this week. Thank you for watching. And don't forget praying, because we need your prayers to do more and to go further. Also, we need your finances, because we want to grow faster than we do at the moment. And you are helping us tremendously. But don't forget it, even when you give a small gift, it helps us big. And it can reach people. You've seen tonight in the show how many people are blessed by what we can bring on air about Jesus and give them a bit more room. Don't forget to watch on Sunday the program about health, about doctors on call. You can call in, you can now already send you as a message with your questions. May God bless you this week.